Hello, Prince. How are you? Hello, Don. How are you guys? We are all on time today. I mean, I am. Hope you guys are doing well. So, Prince, the day is foggy if you want the weather, but if you want to know about me, I'm okay. Hello, Don, and what's new with you guys? Aida? Salam, Aida. Oh, is it? Is it Sizdar today? Oh, is it now? It's true. It's April 1st. April Fool's Day. Yeah, happy Sizdar to you too, dear. Remember, guys, let me know where you guys are tuning in from, so I will have an idea what the what part of the world we're covering today. Hello, Abby. Good to see you. And Pling Toy Miss. Pling Toy Miss. I hope I said it right. Hello, dear. So it is, yeah. Aida, are you in Iran or are you in UK or where are you? Misbahullah, hello dear, have you been? And he comes up with the question right away. We'll get to the questions, Misbah, soon. And maybe you want to rephrase that sentence to make it a little bit more clear for me when you say, how can you specify yourself when you're too frustrated with something? What do you mean? How to express yourself? In what way? And what is it that you're frustrated in? All needs, it helps me to understand the question. Now, let me say hello to a few people and then we'll come back to that. Maybe by that time you have changed the, elaborate on the question. Hello, Rox, from Romania, Bucharest. Good to see you, dear. Aida, you're in London. Oh, okay. Aida Khan. You must be mixed, Aida, right? Because obviously you're Persian, knowing about this is Devadar and all that, but your last name tells me possibly you could be from maybe, I don't know, some relation to India, or am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not right in everything. Kim says, hi, I'd like to thank you for your wonderful... Oh, hello, dear Kim. You're welcome. You're quite welcome. You're welcome. Aida, I would love to visit London. I've seen London before. I remember we used to travel with my mom when we were little kids, and I have one of the places that we went to it was called Panyans. It was in Bournemouth. It was by the sea, so I remember I had a few friends. I had become friends with a couple of people, a boy and a girl, and we used to play. I was a little boy, and we used to go to the ocean side with my mother and my brother, and I had lots of ice creams. So I remember. And of course I've seen London in many different occasions for business and other things, and it's very warm. It's a very lovely place. I like London. And if you arrange, any of you guys arrange a speaking engagement, by all means, I'd be more than happy to come there. And Brian, hello, dear. Now, okay. So mom is from Rasht, and your mom probably knows that area. My father had a big, huge orange field, which was right at the mountain. You couldn't go any further, and it would be overlooking the ocean. It was huge land, lots of orange trees. I remember we used to go there on winter sometimes with my mom, and I remember we built a big, strong table, called it kursi. I don't know if you know what that is, but then it was close to Noshar, and it was a place called Chelendar. It was a beautiful place, one of the most beautiful places in the world. I used to get up early in the morning, about 4 o'clock, and drive down to the beach and park my car and walk there and then sit there when sun hadn't come out and meditate. And when I would open my eyes, the sun had broken. And it was like coming from a different world, because it was all dark when you start meditation, closing your eyes, and then opening it up, it was whole different scenery. It's a beautiful place, Caspian Sea. I had lots of childhood good memories from that, family, friends, and traveling and so on. So now let's see. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you enjoy the talks. Farhan Shora, he says, I don't want to miss her. How can I? I'm from Kashmir. I keep myself busy with everything, but still I can't forget her. Can you help me, sir? We'll get to that, Farhan Jan, don't worry. We try, and if there was not enough time here, you know you can go to my YouTube page, which the link is up there, and there's over 400 videos, long videos, small versions, right to the point, segments of videos. They all will help you. You will come out of it clean and happy. You'll enjoy your life. But you have to be patient to watch those videos and ponder on. You'll be all perfectly fine. You're not the only one who misses a girlfriend, and then we all go on and have a wonderful life, and it's all be forgotten. But from now until you forget it, watch these videos. Invest a bit of time, and you'll be fine. Now, Plinktoimus, I hope I can pronounce this right. Plinktoimus, one of these things, says, will you be releasing new books? Well, based on the many different new videos on the role of psyche and how we approach to understand what we go through, whether it's in relationship or in relation to our thoughts, fears, desire, and ego, I may release another book, but not for now, maybe a couple of years from now, if I. For now, I'm trying to focus on the 3 books that is already been written, and it's on my site and also on Indigo in Canada and also on Amazon. But my site is most direct. You can get the ebook version is much cheaper, and also focusing on promoting the channel. I want to increase the subs, and I hope that you guys will share the videos that you like, so more people will get to know about the YouTube channel, and also join us on this Facebook page, and then we'll see what happens. Oh, yes, Ida, for sure. If that ever comes to that, by all means, I'd be more than happy to visit as many friends and fans in London, and perhaps we can have a short jamboree. That's what is customary. What's the word for the group of boys and girls who are? I forgot. I was one of those little boys with the little hat and all those uniforms and so on. I forgot the name of that group. Kim says, can I ask, do you do one-to-one Skype session? Obviously pay for it. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yes, of course, I have Skype. If you go to my site, you will see there is a section that says talk to me for consultation. That takes you to all the packages that are available on Skype for one-on-one discussions, which I do that all around the world, all through the week. Different subject, whether it's relationships or other matters that occupies the mind. Yes, that's available. And if you go to my site, you will see it's all explained there. Easy to use it too. And yes, so you know what course is, Ida. So let's see. Ida says, is your specialty in relationship counseling only? No, actually. I use relationships, breakups, in order to introduce the subject and the topics of mind, body coordination, thought, consciousness relationship, ego, fear, and desire, things that makes our psyche, things that we've been conditioned to react to and act according to our conditioning since childhood, and that the fact that to understand the relationship between all these that I just mentioned will help us to know a little bit more about ourselves and why we feel or react or act in life the way we do about things in life. And that is a gateway to a happier life, because if we don't understand what makes us tick, and if we do understand what makes us tick, that is the difference between being able to have a happier life or a more puzzled life, whatever the subject is. So it's not about the matter, it's about understanding this. Then by understanding this, we can handle the matters of life better and have a more peaceful and focused life. Okay, Kim, that's good. Hello, Amy. Now, Misbah says, I meant, how can I make myself cool and stress-free when I am in a massive frustration? There are a few things that you can focus on, Misbah. One is that we're conditioned to think that when there is a difficulty or challenge or a negative situations, we're supposed to react. We're conditioned to think that we're supposed to get angry and show our frustrations, thinking that by reacting to that what is happening, which is annoying to us, we will remedy the situation. All we do is we're actually expressing our dissatisfaction, but really doesn't remedy the situation, because we're creating tension for ourselves. Now, how to be cool is to understand that you should be more powerful than the negative energy that is being created, whether by words or by action of someone in some way that has made you feel disappointed or disapproving of that action of that person, or the words of that person, or the approach of that person, or behavior of that person, or whatever the situation is. And to do that, you have to realize where your power comes from. And when you understand where your power comes from and try to expand on that and create more powerful flow, a current of energy outwardly from your side to the outside of you, then if there is a negative energy coming towards your side, your powerful energy, which is extended outwardly, will overtake that energy that is coming to you that is negative, and will roll it over and not allow it to actually affect you. In Aikido, we call that extending ki. Ki being the energy of the universe. And the more powerful ki you have, the more powerfully you're extending the key, the less chance the other energies would have to penetrate and come and actually make you feel anything negative, because it would be like an elephant and a mosquito. A mosquito to us maybe makes us move, but the elephant doesn't move because it's so much more powerful in relation to a mosquito. Now, we must create that feeling of us being the elephant and others being the mosquito. How? By creating and developing that flow of energy that naturally is flowing through us, but expanding on it and learning how to expand and extend that powerful key energy outwardly, boost that flow through us. So therefore, anything else that comes to us from the behavior, mentality, manners, or the words of other people will simply not affect us, because we have this tremendous power being extended outwardly, which doesn't allow it to be of any consequence, like the elephant and the mosquito. Now, for that, again, there is a good chapter in my book about how to learn meditation, how to meditate and expand the power of mind. Me, My Psyche, and I is the book that has that sort of stuff in it. Amy says, I have been going through a breakup and your videos have helped me a lot. But I see my ex daily and I really need advice on that. Okay, Amy, that's not a problem, but I wonder what advice particularly you're asking for. If it's something you want to talk to me one-on-one, which you know what to do, go on my site and go through the Skype and book an appointment. We'll talk about it. But if it's something specific that you want to be addressed and it's not like in detail, well, maybe we can discuss it here. Asad says, what about long-distance relationships? I really don't like long-distance relationships, because the entity that we are, the way we live, experience this life on this earth, is in two forms. Because our entity made out of two things, mind and the body, physical part and the mental part. Now, when you have a long-distance relationship, you can't actually assess the other person or affect them with your abilities in the totality of who you are and in complete way that who they are. You can maybe talk about some wonderful things on the phone or on internet, see each other all dude up and nicely sitting there and talking nicely. But there are no challenges, day-to-day challenges that comes up that you need to deal with or see how the other person deals with it on day-to-day basis. So the effect of their mental presence is very limited on you and yours on them. So you really can't get to know what their mental capacity, what their order, what their consciousness is like about, what their conditioning is like about, if you guys can be compatible or at least work on it or not. Because it's all like scripted. It's only a snapshot of the life. Maybe in a couple of hours, 2 hours, talk and so on. And usually you'll be talking about pleasant things because you want to be pleasant to each other. So the masks are on, funny bits are on, no special challenge, and there's no physical contact of actually going somewhere, sitting and having tea or dinner or engage in some kind of a social event or just outing to see how you each other react with life, with world, with the reality of it, rather than just this scenario of just talking, which everything in short term is pleasant. People can keep a good face when it's only just an hour and half an hour every day or whatever. So, a human being may be able to satisfy their mental needs somewhat through telephone or Skype or whatever communication. But their physical needs, which is part of the way we are, put together, it has its physical needs, which is the companionship in close proximity of discussing, seeing each other, having tea with each other, walking, having sports or activities. That is not there. And that's also another need. So in the middle of your long distance relationship, you or her, the other side, will end up meeting someone who actually brings that physical need, provides a physical need as well. And that gives a certain kind of a psychological security to them. Elusive as it may be, but they feel like there's somebody physically, not distantly, is actually present in their life. And that gives them certain kind of a security, a good feeling, like I'm two people, I'm more than one, I'm more powerful. And all of that would cause to kind of distance themselves from that distance relationship. And that could be ending up with, heartbreak, hardship. So I don't think when there's something real, you should go for something illusional or hopeful for future time. Usually wouldn't work. That's just my take on it. Amy says, I'm still in love with him, but he's not in love with me. Well, naturally, why would anyone want to love someone if he or she is not loved back? You should have a few different criteria for loving someone. One of which would be, I have to be loved back. I cannot love someone who doesn't love me. Be realistic. If you have any respect for yourself, if someone that you're infatuated with or someone that you had a relationship, someone that you love, does not reciprocate, or that doesn't deserve your love, why are you wasting your time? It's like saying, I keep putting the bricks on this land, but it keeps flopping down because it's a quicksand. If it's not going to be a good base, good foundation to build anything on it, why are you keep putting the bricks on it? It'll just be quicksand, go down, disappears. So if it's not holding it, there's no reason to keep building on it. So if the love that you give, nothing comes back, it doesn't deserve your love. Go and give your love to someone who is thirsty for it and appreciates it and wants to reciprocate, get to know you, so you can build something on it. Not that you throw the love out and disappears. It's just like you talk to someone and that someone is actually talking to somebody else, doesn't even listen to you or hears you. That's a disrespect, isn't it? So have respect for yourself and move on. You don't have to love everybody just because you think so. People are as important as the strength of your desire for them. People are only as important to you as the strength of your desire for the pleasure that they may be offering or for whatever it is about them. So you understand that this is a desire that makes that person important, not that person's importance that actually makes him or her important. It is your desire for them that makes them important. Therefore, it is you who makes someone desirable, who makes someone important, to make someone to seem all that. It's not necessarily themselves, unless they're doing something wonderful for you, which then, that's a different story. But if it's only you that you've made God out of them because somehow you like them, for whatever reason God knows, could be sexual, could be mental, could be whatever it is, but it's your desire, your attention that has made them to seem so important, not what they have done specifically to help humanity or help you or in some ways to show that they deserve your love. So have respect for yourself. Vahab says, hi Mehran, hello dear. What do you think about the law of attraction and how is it applied to relationships and breakups? And how can one detach oneself from outcome, at the same time apply law of attraction. Please analyze in relationship perspective. Well, law of attraction is basically in different ways you can think of it. Well, one way is like you want somebody, you put something, you put your mind into it, you put your focus into it, you put your key, you put your energy into it, and you therefore will be led by your thoughts and your mind, and your body will follow, your actions will follow, and the generation of that energy and aura that you have created eventually affects that what you are seeking and would lead to have it propensity to come towards you, to be attracted to you, or you attract the situation, what you desire. Okay. So, what about it? You put your mind to something and you go get it. Okay. That often happens and sometimes it doesn't happen. But there's no sure thing, there's no 100% about it. You can't just wish for something and sit down and do nothing. Oh, I like that car, but I'm not going to go work hard to make money and go buy it. I like that girl, but I'm just going to sit and wait until she actually, I don't know, feels my energy and comes towards me and say, hello, I'm here to get to know you. You got to make an effort too. You can't just, but in a sense, you understand what I'm saying. Now, and if you feel that you're not happy in a relationship and thinking about breaking it up, that also works. In other words, if you have doubts in your mind about your relationship, you're not happy about it, that energy is also emanates. It's emanating out there, and it affects the relationship, and the other person will know about it, and things will go cold. Eventually, you guys break up. That also is the other side of the law of attraction, because you're attracting something that you want, and what you want is not to be in that relationship. So that's the same as wanting something. And how can one detach oneself from outcome at the same time apply love? Well, detach yourself from the outcome. I am not kind of clear. Are you talking about the question of attachment and detachment, or you are talking about you want to wish for something but you don't want to have it, or you want to wish for something but you don't want to care if you would have it or not? It needs to be a little bit clarified so we can at least talk about it a little bit more direct about it. Andrea, hello dear. She says, hello Mehran, I think you're amazing. Oh, thank you. You just made my day. Let me look at my amazing self. Thank you for all your videos. My pleasure. A question from the Netherlands. Beautiful place. Place of tulips. Lots of tulips. I remember I used to travel with my mom and my brother when we were kids, and one of the places we went was Netherlands. I always had a good memory from it. We used to play in this beautiful park. Lots of kids there too. And it was a good time. So I remember. I was a little kid. Netherlands. Many beautiful girls too. That I didn't forget. What are your thoughts about lying in a relationship? Oh, not good. Not good. Not good. Are white lies okay? Perhaps. What do you think when someone says they are lying to prevent drama? You know, I'm all for that truth and honesty thing, and I really dislike if someone that I care about or care for, someone close to me, even a friend, to resort to lying, because that simply means I was entrusted in order to be helpful in remedy and together explore and resolve whatever it is that is on her mind or my friend's mind or family member's mind. But there should be some kind of a limits to it, as you're not supposed to become someone who can't even think for himself. and is only focusing on, did I tell everything? Because that also can lead into some kind of a disease that, oh, did I tell him that I actually had 3 teas today? Did I tell her that I actually had 2 salads today? Did I, it depends on, because that can become a conditioning. I have to tell the truth. I have to tell the truth. Now it's a sin if I don't. Truth about important matters, yes, it's a given. But it shouldn't become an OCD. The, obsessive compulsive disorder. So, within reason. But if it's something that is sensitive and you claim that you lie, it's a white lie, or you want to, prevent drama and all that, it wouldn't work, because then eventually one would say, why would you think that would be a drama if it's truthful and our relationship is based on truthfulness? Then we got to share things that are important or sensitive to each other. So we'll be the first one to know, at least one of the people who know about it, so we won't be hearing from somewhere else, or we won't feel like we're left out in the left field. So certain kind of things that you don't want to say, it's your personal thing, that's fine. But lying about it to cover something, that's kind of dicey. It doesn't show that cohesiveness that you're trying to achieve. So I think there is a limit to that whole business of truth thing. If it's sensitive, if it's pertaining the relationship and the trust and the honesty that you guys want to have back and forth flow between you two, that is great. But if it's about your personal things, you don't have to suddenly become a white paper, white sheet that there's nothing written on it. We all have had some kind of a past, and perhaps some things you don't need to disclose it if you don't want to, if you don't feel if you don't feel it's relevant, and that's your right, I believe. So it should be balanced. Everything in moderation. Everything balanced in life. Certain things you can maybe talk about it. About this sort of things, we got to tell the truth to each other. Okay, fine. If it's something that you're confident is not something important to the relationship or to the other person's image, because as you know, we all having a relationship with each other's image. We don't really have a relationship between ourselves with someone else. It is my image that has a relationship with the image of the other person that I have created in my own mind about that other person, and the other person is the same. The images are interacting. So if you can understand these things, then you know where it is really important and where it is not relevant. So that's not honesty and that's not lying, really. Asad says, thank you so much, sir, for giving your clear views on long distance. Okay, you're welcome. Ida, you're welcome, dear. Amy, okay, good. So let me see if I've missed any question here. Prince says, is negative energy necessary for positive energy to exist? You're talking about that question of what is darkness, and that's in the absence of light, there is darkness. So darkness doesn't exist. It's absence of life that is called darkness. So is negative energy necessary to positive energy to exist? No. That is, in understanding the difference between negative energy and positive energy, then you can maybe compare it in an academic way, but I don't have to bite my tongue and bite my finger or press my finger between the door to get the pain. Say, that's a negative pain, so I understand now it's important for it not to hurt. No, I don't need to have a bunch of negative people with their evil thinking or negative thoughts or jealousy or bad manners or rudeness or creating these, negative energy around me in order to appreciate people who are nice to me, kind to me, trustworthy, loving, caring, and with good, kind, sweet tongue, good words, and well mannered. I don't need to have that in order to appreciate the other ones. No. Can one exist without the other in life? Yes, yes. That's the whole idea. To live in peace, tranquility, love, sweetness. You will not one day get up and say, "Oh, I've had so much love and faithfulness. I actually would like my girlfriend to cheat on me, to feel and appreciate the faithfulness that I've been receiving." You won't do that. I've had wonderful, clean food, and now I would really like to be poisoned and have food poisoning in order to see the benefits of having a good You don't need to. I've been so respected and loved by people. I really want some nasty people around me who do me harm and, are disrespectful to me for me to appreciate. You won't get tired of good things, of positive energy so there's no need for negative energy really for you to get the full benefit of the positive energy. Yeah, it's like saying, this water hose by the beach that I come out of the water, I need the dirty water shower there also. So when I take that, then I would really appreciate the clean water coming. This sort of thing can help you to see that in life you only want the clean water. Clean yourself up and, in a clean towel, to towel yourself. You don't need all the negativities in order to understand the benefits of positivity. So we don't want to justify any bad mannerism, bad negativity. Negativity. Okay, let's see what else have we missed here. Mespa says, how can I make myself cool? Oh, okay, I guess we discussed that already. Maya, hello dear, good to see you. So I think we have run out of the questions that was posed. So we're looking for fresh questions. Farhan says, I don't want to miss her. How can I? I'm from Kashmir. I keep myself busy with everything, but still I can't forget her. All right. Why is it that you can't forget her? It's because you think she gives you certain pleasures that your desire is trying to fulfill itself by receiving those pleasures. Is that something that is unique to her? Or is it because she's the only one that you know? Or because you've invested time in her or in that relationship, and now that she knows stuff about you and you've shared time and communication with her, now that she's left, you feel part of you has left with her. So in fact, you're really missing yourself, the part that you deposited in her mind about you, about the things, and the memory that you have of her. But realize that your whole of you is here. What you shared with her about you is a copy, copy of certain pages of your book, of you. So nothing has left you. You're still intact, whole. You can be full and offer it somewhere else or do whatever you want with it. And the memory that you have with her, of her, it's all dead. It's dead memory. You can't build anything on that memory. It's not like, oh, I want that memory to be with the source of that memory so I can you can do what? You can't build anything on that memory. It's dead, it's gone, it's non-existent. It's just a recording. And maybe for entertainment, you can watch a recording of a movie, but it's not a real theater. It's not happening now. It happened and it doesn't exist anymore. So what you're really missing is something that really doesn't exist and doesn't matter. But you love that memory because you like that movie. Okay, keep playing that memory, you get tired of it eventually. Now you want a new memory with somebody new. And if that memory is not again reciprocated, why would you want to keep seeing it? Find someone who also misses you. Why should you miss something that doesn't miss you? Well, you want to torture yourself? Or you think it's a sin to your own belief and to your own emotions, to your own feeling, to your own dedication towards that person. Now you've created certain energy and certain conditioning yourself that she is part of your identity. You created that relationship. And now you think it's a sin if I give that up. It's not a sin. She doesn't reciprocate, the hell with it. You go and find someone suitable. There is no sin. So, in other words, you're actually wanting your own thoughts. It's like you're betraying your own thoughts, your own feelings. Your own decree of that is a holy site for me. You created a shrine out of her, and now you're worshiping her, or the idea of her, and you think that is something that you must continue. You don't have to. You're the boss. Someone doesn't reciprocate, is not worthy of your emotions. Someone doesn't miss you, is not worthy of you missing her. So, wish her well, and move on. Next one. There's so many women, so many wonderful women out there that can provide the same kind of a love and care and relationship and understanding and communication with you and to you, and there's nothing special about her. What could be special about someone who doesn't pay attention to you? Well, you're an idiot? Nobody is an idiot to want to be in a relationship with someone who doesn't want to be in a relationship with us. I certainly wouldn't be that kind of an idiot. If someone doesn't appreciate the person that you are, the things that you can offer, doesn't miss you, then you should not have that sort of a feeling about her. So, why would you want to miss someone who doesn't miss you? Because you have a certain kind of a desire about her. So it is your desire that you really are trying to fulfill. But she hasn't done anything to deserve your attention because she's not missing you. So if she's not missing you, she hasn't done anything to deserve you. So it is your desire that you want her to miss you that you're following. Why? She doesn't. It's free world. She can think for herself. She doesn't want to be with you. So be it. I don't want to be with her. That's what you think. And then you move on and find someone suitable who appreciates and wants to build something with you. You know? You got to have respect for yourself, Farhan. You can't think of her. She's better than you. She's not better than you. It is your desire to have the pleasure that she can provide by you being in a relationship with her that makes you think she's better than you. It's like the ice cream man who's selling an ice cream and you want the ice cream, but you think the guy is probably some really nice guy or has done something wonderful for the world or is a wise man. It's not. You think that guy is important because he's behind the counter, he has the control of the ice cream. That's why. It's because of the ice cream that you think the ice cream man is an important person. So it's because of your desire for that pleasure, that relationship, that psychological security, that wonderful feeling that you may get from being in a relationship that you think she's important. But by herself, she can't be important because she's not paying attention to you. She's not missing you. She hasn't chosen to be with you. So respect that and respect yourself as well and move on. That's the way you would handle that. Don Diego says, whose attention should matter to you? Don, explain a little bit more. I'm not quite sure what that sentence is focused on. Shamim Says, what are the right conditions to reconcile? Well, that's a big question. I don't know, because every situation is different. I don't know what you guys want from each other or expect from each other. What's missing, what's not missing, what is the history of it. I have no knowledge of that. So it's not one set formula. Obviously, would be to understand and respect each other's order and have ability to harmonize each other's order, consciousness with each other, and to be able to respect and compromise on creating a new collective and harmonized order. What you expect and what your routine and your expectations of life is and what the other person is and so on. Okay. Ida says, when meeting someone new, how much in depth should one explain about past long-term relationship and why they didn't work? You don't have to explain. You should keep it separate from this new relationship. You know, nobody owns anybody. If your prospective boyfriend wants to tell you about, you know, what past relationships was like, that's fine. That's his choice. If you want to tell him something about your past relationships, it's up to you, but it doesn't have to be in detail. These are personal matters. And the more you talk about it, the more that person feels entitled to know about your whole life. And lo and behold, a few years later, you guys break up. So why the hell did he have to know everything about you? And why did you have to know everything about him? To a certain degree, as a, you know, friendship, respect, and getting to know each other a little bit more, telling about yourselves to each other, yeah, okay. But in detail, it'll lead into, okay, how many times did you go out with him? Did you guys kiss? How did you kiss? Was it French kiss? It's all gonna go on and on and on. Just, yes, you know, he says, I had a few girlfriends and somehow we were different. It didn't work out. That's the extent of it. There's no need really. This is true. Iranian guys want full detail. Yeah, I know. It's not just Iranian guys. Every guy may be interested for that, because we guys seem to have a big ego, and women is so, we are so conditioned to think woman is the whole thing that we exist for, and our relationship with the woman is the reason for us to be who we are, and we compare ourselves with the others, and what the woman that I have should not have been touched with another guy because I'm better than every other guy. All these are mostly in boys, Iranian boys' mentality. Much less in some other cultures, but much more in other cultures. You know, in Pakistan and India and so on and so forth, these things are more pronounced than in Germany or France or Canada and the United States and so on and so forth, which in most cases they're really harmful to the relationship. So that's why one really should focus on not having that big ego, and understanding that ego is a program and a conditioning, not a natural a part of our being. It's been programmed after birth, so it can be thrown out, should be thrown out, and not to have that certain kind of image that I am defined by how many boyfriends my girlfriend has had before. It's a natural part of life, relationships, love, and so on. We all need it, we all go through it, and we all learn from it. And lo and behold, if I didn't have that girlfriend in the past, now I wouldn't be able to learn and rediscover what is the best way to understand a relationship and so on and so forth, to help myself to advance. So the same thing goes for every other person who, you know, who is trying to find some common grounds and, you know, be fair to the other person and to yourself. So it's a normal thing to have had a relationship before, and it doesn't have to be, you know, just the first time. You know, Nothing is going to last forever. So even if it was the first time, and what if they get divorced? So again, it'll be somebody else who's going to be. It's not an apple to go sour or to go spoiled. It's a human relationship. It can always be fresh, and every one of them is brand new. Because none of them is like the other one. So if somebody is really adamant to have a brand new relationship, can be rest assured, when you get to know someone new, that's a brand new relationship. It's like they've never been with any other relationship, because they've never been with that kind of a person, with that kind of a relationship. So always and every time is brand new. And the rest of it is really none of each other's business. Just, yeah, everybody has had relationship before, so I had it too. So what's the big deal? And you can always turn the question towards them. Is it the first time that you're being with a woman? Then why are you asking me for that? Simple like that. Don says, in a relationship, how much do other people's attention, like friends or family or strangers, matter? You should take into consideration nothing. None of them. If they're friends, they'll see you've chosen a decent person, a person who comes from good mentality, normal, balanced, not evil, not idiots, not asshole or whatever. So they will be happy for you. So if you want to ask their opinion, well, when you guys are outing all of you together, they can, as good friends, give you their opinion if you ask them. But you don't have to ask them. If you assess that relationship and you find it suitable to you, to your understanding, to your order, to your liking, to your way of mannerism, and you think this relationship, this person, this girl suits you, well, you're the sole judge of that. You're the one who is going to be in a relationship with that girl. So you should like it first and foremost. And the others may be truthful or honest about it, or maybe have other intentions. They don't like it. So if they don't like it, doesn't mean what? Your friend may not like, barbecue chicken. Does that mean barbecue chicken is bad? You like it, and many other people like it. So one person liking something does not mean that you should or shouldn't think the same way. Your thinking and your taste and your interest is different. That's why it's your girlfriend. So you gotta see if you guys are compatible or not if she's compatible with them. Because every one of them will leave you when they find their own situation pleasant, and they just move on. And then you listen to them, they didn't like her, and you said, okay, she's no good for me. Now what? You're alone, they're left. So make the decisions on your own mentality, needs, but sometimes you may need to listen to some of your friends because they have maybe your best interest in mind, and they're good friends, and you're infatuated with that sexual desire, and you can't even see past that, and you think she's so wonderful because you don't really see her. All you see is your desire for her, the intimacy, the image of all that pleasure, and it doesn't let you get past on to see really what she's made out of, what's in her consciousness, what kind of mentality, mannerism, and other characteristics she has. And that is not good either. Then perhaps you need some help from friends. But you got to know which opinion is helpful and which is just useless. Ashish, topic today is the questions that friends are asking. There's no specific topic. You're welcome, Ida. Amy says, does having a first or second year break, does having a 1 or 2 year break from having relationship help? If so, how? Having a break from the same person and then get back together, or having a break in general, not having a relationship for a couple of years? Why would it help? I don't know. Maybe sometimes you need time to be alone by yourself and see how that works. And focus on your work, focus on your projects, focus on yourself, advancing and developing yourself further and learning about yourself maybe, and focusing on things that are all out there in life, part of life. And it's not all about relationship. Everything that we're here to experience and learn is not just about relationship, pleasure and desire and so on. There's so many things in this world that we can live and learn from. And if you're always focusing on a relationship, then we're missing all the other things that we can learn and experience in life. So maybe sometimes you need a year or 2 or 6 months or whatever to learn things that are out there as part of life in the world, in this life. And then you realize, okay, now I'm kind of feel like more confident about myself, more knowing about myself, and I've had enough time with myself, and I would like to maybe have some relationship and share that and see how that goes. You can always change, but there's no special formula. Yeah, I thought so. Having a break in general. It's very healthy to not be in a relationship for a while until you feel like, okay, I'm ready. But make sure that readiness is not because your sexual desires only. Yeah, sexual intimacy and desire and promise of that is all great, and that's part of wanting to be in a relationship. But that should not be the only motivation that you have to fulfill. Because I haven't had relationship for a while, though, therefore now I feel like I want to, be with somebody or do things with somebody, be in activities or sports or wake up with her, and therefore now I want to have a girlfriend. No, that's part of it, yes. But see if you're mentally actually are interested to invest that time and that kind of a sharing, or it shouldn't be just based on physical needs or interests or desires. Otherwise, that's again short-lived, because once that physical desire is fulfilled, then that joy to have that physical desire, after it's fulfilled, you want to have more of it. Therefore, you make it a relationship. Therefore, it becomes a pleasure. And once it becomes a pleasure, then it's a gateway to boredom, because now that you already have, and it's no longer something that you would take it for what it is. You want to harness it, you want to keep it, you want to lock it, you want to have more of it, and that pleasure becomes boredom because nothing else is involved. No other level of connection is involved. No connection on the basis of level of consciousness is involved. Therefore, the physical relationship always is limited, and it doesn't last on its own merits only. So you got to be aware of it. What else is there, and what is your real reason and motivation? Is it complete, or is it only just feeling of wanting to be with someone? Okay, now what time do we have? Prince, my timekeeper, are you still there? I think it must be about 12 o'clock, which means it's time for us. There we go. There is my timekeeper, 11:59. My pleasure, Amy. Okay, everyone. I thank you again for being here today and spending this time with me, and we shared some views, and hope that it was helpful to you, and hope you will have a wonderful week coming, and take good care of yourself and your loved ones. Be good to yourself and to the others. And look forward to see you next time, next week, Saturday at 11 o'clock. And you always know that there is a second talk that I have on weekend, on Sundays, and that is on the amazing things in the world, which is a different side. And I'll put the post up in case you guys wanted to join. That'll be tomorrow at 11 o'clock, and you're most welcome as well. And make sure, if you haven't gone to my site, go to my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, and see what's there, and read a sample chapter of my books, and see if it's helpful to you. And also the consultation is always there that you can book, and we can have a one-on-one. And also you can go on my Facebook page and like it, which you have already, and the ones who haven't, share it so your friends will come and join us, and we can promote the channel, so to speak. And never forget about the YouTube channel, and hope that you will find what you're looking for in there, and I'm sure there are lots of things there to help you out. Now, Don, thank you everybody, and love you all, and see you guys next week. Bye-bye for now.